The smell of roasting meat drifted through the tent, while a winter wind scraped the canvas and made the lamp tremble. Isaac lay on cushions, eyes filmed over, ears quick to small sounds. He called for his firstborn. Esau, my son. The hunter stepped close, heavy and sure, and Isaac told him what to do. Go to the fields, take your bow, bring game, cook it the way I love so that I may eat and bless you before I die. Outside, a second listener caught every word. Esau gathered arrows and left before the light settled. Rebekah moved at once. She found Jacob in the work tent where skins were stretched and cord was spun. He was the quiet one, a man of tents. She told him what she had heard and what he must do. Bring me 2 young goats. I will prepare them as your father loves them. You will carry the dish in and receive the blessing meant for your brother. Jacob stared as if she had set a knife between them all. His brother's arms were a pelt. His were smooth. Isaac's eyes were dim, but his hands were not. If Isaac touched him and found him false, the old man would call down a curse. Rebekah's answer came fast, the way it does when the plan is set. Let your curse be on me, my son. Do as I say. He did. Rebekah spiced the meat the way she had 100 times, salted just right and seared until the smell crept under the door flap. From a chest she took Esau's best garments, stinking of open country, smoke, leather, wildness. She draped them over Jacob's shoulders. Then she wrapped skin from the young goats around his hands and the bare part of his neck where a hug might find him. Jacob carried the platter into the dim tent. My father, he said. Isaac's head turned to the voice. Here I am, the old man answered. Who are you, my son? Jacob swallowed. I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you told me. Sit up and eat of my game, that your soul may bless me. Isaac frowned at the speed. How did you find it so quickly? Because the Lord your God granted me success. The answer hung wrong. Isaac motioned him near. Come close that I may feel you. Jacob leaned within reach. Old hands searched the goat skin and nodded. The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are Esau's. Suspicion lingered. Are you really Esau? I am, Jacob said, and placed the bowl. Isaac ate. The meat tasted like memory, and the wine burned warm. He asked for a kiss, and when Jacob bent close, the old man breathed in the smell of Esau's clothes, the field and the sun. Doubt snapped. Isaac lifted his hands and spoke the words he had meant for another. May God give you the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of grain and wine. Let people serve you, and nations bow down to you. Be Lord over your brothers, cursed be everyone who curses you, and blessed be everyone who blesses you. Jacob felt the blessing fall, and knew it could not be lifted again. He left quickly, pulling the flap shut on a room that smelled of meat and lamp oil, and a father satisfied. He had scarcely crossed the courtyard when he heard footsteps like an echo of his own. Esau returned with a deer across his shoulders, dressed it at speed, set the pan on the coals, and walked in certain of his place. Let my father arise and eat of his son's game, that you may bless me. Isaac stiffened as if cold water had been poured over him. Who are you? I am your son, your firstborn, Esau. The truth untied the old man. He trembled so violently the lamp shook and spilled a line of hot oil. Who was it then that hunted game and brought it to me, and I ate it before you came, and I have blessed him? Yes, and he shall be blessed. Esau's voice broke into a cry that filled the camp. Bless me also, my father. Isaac could not find what was already spent. Your brother came deceitfully and has taken your blessing. Esau raged. Is he not rightly named Jacob? He has cheated me twice. He took my birthright, and now my blessing he begged for anything left. Isaac found a thin thing to give. Away from the fatness of the earth shall your dwelling be, and away from the dew of heaven. By your sword you shall live, and you shall serve your brother. But when you grow restless, you shall break his yoke from your neck. Esau stepped outside with the look of a man who has chosen his next act. He spoke it where someone could hear. When my father's days are over, I will kill my brother Jacob. Plans like that travel. Rebekah sent for Jacob and did not waste breath. Your brother comforts himself with the thought of killing you. Flee at once to my brother Laban in Haran. Stay until his fury turns. Why should I lose you both in one day? She also knew Isaac would need a reason that would not reopen the wound. She went to him with the plain grievance of a mother. I loathe my life because of the daughters of Heth, she said, naming Esau's wives. If Jacob marries one of the daughters of this land, what good will my life be to me? Isaac called Jacob, set him before him, and blessed him openly. Do not take a wife from the Canaanites. Go to Paddan Aram to the house of Bethuel, and take a wife from the daughters of Laban. May God Almighty bless you, and give you the blessing of Abraham. This time there was no disguise, no doubt about the name he spoke over the kneeling sun. At dawn, Jacob left with a staff and a small pack. He did not look back. He kept to dry wadis and the shadow of rocks where he could, the sun turning the path white by noon. Every step away from his father's bed and his mother's quick hands thudded the same question. What now? The words he had taken were his. The cost was too. Esau had become a future that could follow fast. At the camp, consequences worked in quieter ways. Esau saw that the daughters of Canaan displeased his father, and half in correction and half in defiance, went to the family of Ishmael and took another wife from Abraham's kin. It did not change the blessing. Isaac's tent fell into evening silences. Rebekah folded Esau's clothes back into the chest. She had said, "Let your curse be on me," and waited to see what the years would decide that sentence meant. On the road, Jacob reached a certain place at sunset and stopped because the light stopped. He took a stone for a pillow and slept. He dreamed of a stairway reaching to heaven, angels going up and down, and the Lord above it confirming what Isaac had spoken. The land where you lie I will give to you and to your offspring. Through your seed all families of the earth shall be blessed. Jacob woke with fear and resolve braided together, named the place, vowed his loyalty, and set the stone upright as a marker before he moved on. None of that erased the manner of his leaving. He was still a brother who had entered a tent speaking another man's name. He was still a son who had kissed a blind father with borrowed clothes on his back and goatskin on his hands. He was also the bearer of words that could not be recalled. The blessing felt less like treasure than weight. It would press on him in Laban's house and keep pressing when he returned. Esau's plan would cool and flare again. Rebekah would listen for messages and measure seasons by the risk in them. Years later, he would limp back toward home and meet the brother he feared in an open field. That was for another dawn. For now, there was the memory of a kitchen where spices clung to steam, a dim room where an old man searched truth with his hands, a cry that split the camp when the deception surfaced, and a road stretching north under a hard sky. The mother had chosen, the son had obeyed, the father had spoken, and the hunter had sworn. The promise advanced, entangled in the way families entangle when survival, love, and fear stand too close together. Thank you for listening to Divine Crime. Subscribe for more true stories from the most dangerous book ever written.